star in agricultural production.
Peyton Hawes is from the Wilcox FFA chapter, where he runs his Hawes Cattle Company, a startup he operates himself with a high of 22 head of cattle. He operates the heavy equipment, operation of center pivots, routine maintenance on farm equipment, checking cattle, maintaining fences and waters, feeding, and gathering and working cattle. He also owns 120 acres of corn that he sells, where he operates his center pivot business that involves checking engines to ensure that it's pumping the correct amount of pressure and that the drip oil is correctly lubricating the engine, as well as checking the fertilizer pump is running properly if it is being applied at that time. Peyton hopes to take his entrepreneurial spirit into whatever future endeavors he accomplishes. Jacob Azza is a member of the Casa Grande FFA chapter. Jacob is a freshman with the help of his father and grandfather, leased a 17-acre hay farm that he operates solely by himself. He faced many challenges, including learning to keep accurate records of his operations, but in the end learned how bookkeeping could save him money and resources in the long run. His knowledge of alfalfa growing conditions and proper fertilization practices allowed him to harvest a plentiful crop that he can sell each year. Jacob has gained insight into owning his own business and the responsibilities of being an entrepreneur that he will take into the future. Jacob plans to attend the University of Arizona to pursue a degree in agricultural business, where he will later continue on to become a fourth-generation farmer and rancher. Joseph Thicket from the San Simon FFA chapter owns a breeding goat operation dubbed Double Cross Livestock. Starting with 2 does, he later purchased his first buck and soon had a flock of kids on his hands. He sells them as show animals and hopes to continue growing his selection of quality animals for years to come. Though being involved with the showing circuits, he has sparked the interest of many buyers and spends a large amount of time networking to individuals. Joseph recognizes the importance of proper nutrition practices and even uses specialized equipment to monitor the health of the animals. He has learned proper risk management practices and hopes to take these skills into his future endeavors. Kasemir hails from the Globe FFA chapter, where she raises breeding sheep and sells the offspring for local fair projects. She became interested in the breeding sheep project because there were no breeders in her area and had to drive halfway across the state to purchase a show lamb. Since starting this project, Casey has sold several lambs to other students for the use of show lambs. As a part of this project, she is responsible for setting breeding times, for setting the vaccination schedule, and completing the vaccination of the herd. Casey is also responsible for all the feeding, watering, and daily maintenance. In addition, Casey has to account for lambing, raising the lambs, marketing them, and selling them.
This concludes this year's presentation of the Stars Over Arizona. The sponsors of these awards are the Casa Grande FFA chapter and Casa Grande FFA alumni affiliate, W.W. Granger, and the Arizona Farm Bureau Federation, Farm Bureau Finance Group, Farmers Gym, and Safford FFA, respectively. Thank you, sponsors, for making these awards possible. Now let's meet this year's winner.